Hi, everyone. Good Friday afternoon, and welcome to GoLocal Live. I'm GoLocal News Editor Kate Nagel. Thanks for kicking off your soon-to-be maybe snowy weekend here with us in downtown Providence. And as we do every Friday, welcome in former state representative, former Deputy Secretary of State, now heads up Stages of Freedom, Ray Rickman, to give his big view.
So it's snowing. I'm walking to work. I love to walk to work. And you know me, all strangers that I can talk to, I do. Friendly, me. The man works at Brown, probably in the kitchens. It's 7:15 in the morning, and we're navigating the snow. I love when you get to Brown's property because they do a very good job of getting the snow up. So that's the goal. Get 3 blocks from home and you'll be on Brown's property. So one thing leads to another, and I end up talking to him, and then one thing leads to another, and he ends up telling me how his mother and father have just lost their Social Security because Nancy Pelosi took it away from them. I go, pardon me? Nancy Pelosi took away my mother and father's Social Security. Now, as we continue the dialogue, he says, okay, I'm misspeaking, I'm overdoing it. She only took 20% of their money. I said, and why would Nancy Pelosi do that? And he says, to give it to illegal immigrants and others. Now, I don't know who the others are. So I'm now, quit being nice guy that I am, and I say to him, you're absolutely wrong. Nancy Pelosi doesn't run the administrative arm of this government, Social Security. Mr. Trump does, and Mr. Trump didn't take your parents' Social Security. Nancy Pelosi's only been in the driver's seat of the House of Reps. They make the laws for 1 month. And if she wanted to take away your parents' 20% of their Social Security, she'd have to pass a law, which the Senate would block, I think. But the Democrats are champions of Social Security since Democratic President Roosevelt put it in place. So you're absolutely wrong. I'm pushing back on him hard for this ridiculous anti-Nancy Pelosi belief of his. And he actually believes it. You know, there are people who tell you lies and you know they're lying. And then there are people who tell you lies and they don't know they're lying. He doesn't know it. I said, where did you get that from? It was on a website. I said, I'm going to make you a deal, and I really can't afford it, but I'm going to bet you $500 that if you call your parents, they will tell you this is not true. We, who get Social Security, have gotten a 2% raise. It's not a huge raise. And the new members of Congress, Democrats all, are trying to give everybody on Social Security a 15% raise. Just change the calculations so that everybody, including your mother and father, will get 15% because last year it was 0 and the year before it was 1%. And it's inflation. But inflation, keeping up with inflation doesn't make you happy. You with me? So I'm back and forth with this man, and he actually believes this. Now, I gave him 2 business cards, Stages of Freedom business cards. This isn't political. This is cultural. This is emotional blindness. This is hatred of Nancy Pelosi. This is, she's the new substitute for hating Hillary Clinton. This foolishness needs to stop. People, mainly white, working class people, need to get facts before they go out in the street with absurdities. Absurdities. But the labor unions need to start working on their members. This man, who's supported by the Democratic Party, his union, needs to talk to him. They really do. Because America is going to get in trouble with people believing these lies. It causes them to vote for people who are opposed to their interests. Now, I'm hoping to see this gentleman again because he parks in front of my house quite often. And again, I'm going to ask him to get the facts. Not because I think Nancy Pelosi is one of the greatest people in America, which I do, but because he needs to understand how to protect his mother and father's Social Security. And I have an article from the New York Times. It's going to be interesting if he calls it a lie. saying that these new members, Democrats, are trying to get his mother and father a 15% raise. God bless America and the truth.